it would seem pretty okay. That's one. So you have a lot of experience. Would you like to share some thoughts on just the last paragraph part of it? I mean,
yes. I mean, you require. You need money to get rich, but you require people to be happy. And after a point, your life looks empty, and you really look to moments like this when you have your own. Come in and applaud you, and you sit back and reflect on some memory of yours which is still alive. And that's the stuff life is made of. So I think the reason why love stories work so much in the fictional space, I mean, the entire entertainment industry stands a love story because you only make a purchase of what you don't have. Our lives are empty. There is no love in our life. That's why we make a purchase of a story. And since I don't have love, I want to experience love through fictional characters. And that's why we take away the word LOVE, and the entire music industry and the entertainment industry and the book industry will collapse. So it's a word that keeps a multi-billion-dollar industry going on and on and on, and it's been doing that for years and will keep on doing it till dying down.
That's I never looked at it like that.
That's why I keep on saying, if you're in love, you don't go and see a love story. It's only when you're not in love that you go and see a love story.
Fabulous. Fabulous again.
When I went with my first love to watch a love story, I'm not looking at a movie. I'm looking at her. So the movie was a way to keep the real love alive, not the other way. Right?
That was one part. May I have?
You have 10 minutes here.
Sir. As we go along in the book, what happens is that Aaliya tries to, what the answer may be. Aaliya looked at him attentively as he continued.
The thinker, Joseph Campbell, on narratives that have controlled the human consciousness in a long time. There's a very important observation that he makes. He says the greatest love stories are love stories of illicit love.
Right.
The reason, he says, is when there is illicit love, it's based on an impulse, and the person who risks indulging in what is called illicit love risks being beheaded socially. Now, in those days, actually. So, you are really willing to gamble all that you have for that so-called illicit love. I mean, there's something really at stake. It's like the image of a trapeze artist with a man and a woman on the last trapeze act. And then finally when the net is pulled away, the yearning is still there in you to negotiate, to kind of take that last leap. Because the other is drawing you. And if you don't make it, there is no net down. And that is what illicit love is all about. So that is why all through time, for some reason, the illicit love has kind of had a tremendous control on the human consciousness. Like even in our own country, there are two great narratives. One is the love story of the Ramayana, but also the Sita and the Radha construct. Radha was a married woman, and she was having a relationship. Now you said it's a different kind of relationship, but it's a relationship of forbidden love. It's in the realms of desire. Now that is another fascinating story, which is there in our own mythology. So the story of forbidden love has always been there, which is in the consciousness of man, and it will remain that way. what is dead also dies. So this whole quest of rebirth of ours is a quest for permanence. Right? And because we know that we are coming to an end, so we want to continue through our children, through our work, through our activism, through our scientific studies, or you want to be a postal stamp or a statue on the street corner where crows come and sit down. Because you know you're coming to an end. That's why the quest of man has to find that narrative that something continues. That all this noise that we are making here, will one day be reduced to dust, is something which we can't deal with. And at the end of it all, it will be just a picture on the wall. So we keep people alive through narratives. That's why nations keep the narratives of their great people alive. And those narratives are forced down the generation next through syllabuses, through schools. Otherwise, there's no immortality. That's why there's a great Sufi thought that writings that men carve in stones last for centuries is for Allah like writing on water. There's nothing which remains. Nothing is there called permanent. There's no entity which is there. But I think what you were saying is also true, that not death but birth is the eternal message of life. It's continuous birth is the message of life. Life doesn't end in death, because if the body burns, it becomes, its carbon content becomes fuel for life. Or if you bury it, the ants and the worms eat it. If you throw it in the river, the fishes eat it. So you become a fuel for life. And that way there is nothing which is born and nothing that dies. So there's eternal birth. But the entity called you or me will go. Life will go on. There's an end to you and me, but there's no end to life. It's like a bulb. If one bulb goes, the electricity doesn't go. The electricity is there. That is what it is. So eternal birth is what the message is in your book. That it is what is death is certainly going to be reborn, but not reborn as Mahesh Bhatt or as Rajiv Soni. You become fuel for life, and that's the expression of life. Not you, but life goes on. We are interested in the continuity of our bank balance, this memory bank. That's not going to go on. No power on earth can keep that going. That is no doctor, no teacher, no sage, no seer, nobody. That is going to go. And that's where all the writing comes from. The certainty that you're going to go, that's why you want to sit down and leave your footprints on the sand of time. It will be erased, no matter how brave you are.